Hello there, Virgo. How are you guys doing today? Welcome to your daily check-in. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm so happy that you're here. Now, these are timeless readings, so please take what resonates, leave the rest for everyone else. And also, being that it is a timeless reading, trust that the universe has brought you here because there is something in today's card spread that is meant just for you. Whatever it is that may be weighing heavily in your heart or on your mind, please trust that the universe has brought you here for a message, whatever that may be. All right. Here we go. I'm trying to make sure you guys are all in this screen. So my camera keeps readjusting itself. Sorry. Here we go. Bottom of the deck, the Death card. Wow, you're already starting off really strong here. So with the Death card, this is about you going through your major transformation. This isn't just like a glow up like the Queen of Wands for me. This is like a spiritual change, right? You know, something huge has happened in your life that's really caused your life to really be flipped upside down to the point where you are really rethinking the course of your life. What is your divine purpose? You know, what about spirituality? Some of you are reconnecting with your spiritual side. And if you're not, some of you are kind of delving into that part, right? You know, kind of asking yourself, what is this thing about spirituality? What is it, you know, that everyone talks about, you know, connecting with the divine? What does that mean? And I think there's some of you guys that are kind of going through that transformation. But nevertheless, this is a good thing. The Death card is actually a very good thing because this is all about your transformation. Allow it to happen. This is an event that is meant to happen. You can't change it. All right, Ace of Swords. I believe you got this yesterday as well. The Ace of Swords, like I said, and I said this yesterday, and I still believe it today, is that, you know, a lot of you, because you're going through this huge transformation, you're starting to really see that, you know, now that the dust is settling, you're starting to see that there are so many other options in your life, that you have new ideas coming in. You're getting that mental clarity. You're getting the breakthrough moments, and you're going, oh, I get it now. I see why I was put through that challenge. I see why this person had to come into my life. I see now why I had to, you know, take on that task or that job or something like that. You know, I think a lot of you are getting that mental breakthrough, and I think that's going to help you lead you into the next part of your life, that next chapter. Eight of Swords. Once again, you got this with me yesterday. If not yesterday, it was the day before. But you get the 8, 9, or 10 of Swords often, because I truly think now, I'm convinced that when you come here, I believe that this is the message I'm meant to give you guys, because it happens so much. And I cleanse these cards, I shuffle these cards, I shuffle the heck out of these cards, and I do different readings with these cards. So it's not as if they don't get shuffled and they just get recycled. No, for some reason, when I do you guys' readings, specifically for these daily readings, you guys get the 8, 9, and 10 of Swords often, even with any deck. It doesn't matter. So that kind of tells me something, that you guys are meant to come here, because I'm meant to tell you that you have created this mental prison for yourself, and you feel as though you cannot move forward, or that you can't do something, right? Some of you may be considering a new career, taking on something different, like a new skill, making a huge pivot in your life and moving towards those things that only fulfill you emotionally. And there's some of you that sit up at night and you think, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm not going to even try. Well, here's the thing. Maybe some of you are fearful of failure, right? You're afraid, well, what if I don't succeed? Then it won't be perfect. What if I can't make it perfect? You know what I mean? Little things like that. But just know that the 8 of Swords is about you, your mind, the power of your mind, and how it controls you and forces you to stay in this space that you don't really want to be in. The Moon. Trust your intuition, right? So things really don't make sense sometimes, you know, especially when you're rebuilding your life. You don't know what course to take. You don't know what direction to take. That's why it's so important to bring in spirituality into your life. Connect with the divine, connect with your higher self, and that's how you're able to reveal the divine path, the true purpose for your life. When you connect with your higher self, you truly believe that, you know, things, when you're co-creating with universe, it's like you're in synchrony, and it's a beautiful thing, and things seem to work out okay, and that, you know, things that, you know, we have retrogrades, like, for example, Mercury retrograde. And that's when things kind of like, you know, communications broken down, like computers aren't working, electronics aren't working. You know, if you are connected with your higher self, those things happen, but they don't bother you. They bother you a little bit, but it's not the whole thing is just going to like, send you over the edge. You know, that kind of feeling. You just kind of feel like, it's meant to happen. I'm supposed to be doing something else right now. Okay, I'm going to go do something else. And then you realize that something else that you did was really important. You know what I mean? It's like, it just, things really happen. You understand, you see things from a different perspective, and you understand that, you know, it's just, you go with the flow. The Empress, beautiful. I love that this is in the core of your reading here. The Moon card, it's about intuition, the Empress also, but more so, I'd like to tell you that the Empress is about that manifestation, the creation, your ability to create the life, the path, the direction, the outcomes that you want, right? By you getting in touch with your intuition, with your deeper and higher self, you truly can create whatever it is that you desire for your life, okay? The Chariot, wow. So that's down here in the core of your, down in the subconscious area here with the Chariot card. I think many of you want to, really delve into like asking yourself, well, how do I get connected with the universe? How do I get into alignment with universe, right? And so for many of you, you'll get like the Four of Swords or even the Hermit card, which is your card. But it's about you taking the time to sit in quiet, praying, meditating. And that's how you begin to connect with your higher self, because all of a sudden you start, thinking and praying. And when that happens, it's almost as if certain things are revealed to you. And that's how you know that, oh, okay, that's my purpose. Oh, that's the direction I'm supposed to go. By the way, this is also a card of victory. Your willpower, perseverance, determination is what's going to get you to that victory, that finish line, whatever your desired outcome. You're going to get there. And I guess, I would have to say many of you are going, okay, when do I get there, right? The thing is you can't rush. You can't rush these things. There is this thing called divine timing, and you just have to trust the process, right? Co-create with universe and just, go with the flow, I guess is the big message right now is go with the flow. Don't fight it. Just get in alignment and watch how much smoother and much easier everything is. There's your card, the Hermit. We called it, right? So the Hermit card is your card, Virgo. And this is about you connecting with your higher self, sitting in stillness, sitting in isolation, and really just getting connected, asking yourself, it's kind of like almost reviewing your life. Give yourself a chance to review all the things in your life that may have brought you drama, conflict, challenges, and see how you've risen, right? Risen out of that. And what did you do different? How did it make you a better person? Also, if you start to see repetitive themes, why do I keep, going after a certain person? Why do these people, why do I seem to attract a certain person in my life? Why do I always end up getting, taken advantage of? Things like that. Those are times when you need to be in isolation and really search deep within. And oftentimes the answers lie within you, right? It's not the other person, it's within you. And when you harness control of that, of your mind, of your spirit, that inner part of you, and can get connected with it, things go smooth sailing for you. My goodness, I'm being very preachy. I'm so sorry. All right, Page of Swords. Page of Swords is just new beginnings, new ideas, just like the Ace of Swords, right? You're getting that breakthrough. But here you may be receiving very important communications here soon. The pages are messengers. So you may be communicating with someone very important in the near future, or vice versa. You may be receiving a letter or a form of communication that's going to bring you that mental clarity, right? That's going to help traverse you in that direction of change. Four of Swords. So there you go. There's the Four of Swords that I was talking about earlier. Virgo, oftentimes I call out the cards before I flip them over. I don't know how we do that, but we do. It's just because we're connecting. But the Four of Swords, just like I'd mentioned earlier, is the time for you to rest, recover, and reset yourself, right? Rest, recover, and reset yourself. So you can connect with your divine self. So I talked about the Hermit. I talked about the Four of Swords. This is a time for you to rest, meditate, pray, and connect with your divine self, right? And look at the timeline here. You've got your Ace of Swords. You're starting to understand that, yeah, in order for you to really be in synchrony with the universe, you have to connect, right? You have to surrender yourself. I'm surprised you didn't get the Hangman. But yeah, you have to kind of surrender yourself to God, the universe, the source, and allow yourself to just co-create and trust. Have hope, have faith, have healing, and trust. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, there's some of you that are really taking a step back and looking at your life overall and trying to determine what it is that you need to add or subtract from your life that's going to allow it to flourish, to advance. And some of you may be asking currently, right now, even today, are you in the right place, right? Should you keep doing what it is that you're doing? Like, say, for example, your career or your job. Like, you're asking yourself, well, I'm not really that happy here. Is this something, but it brings home the bacon, right? It brings me a lot of money, but, you're asking yourself, is it worth it? Should I keep doing this, even if it doesn't bring me joy? Many of you are asking yourselves that. Only you will find that out if you take the time to rest, recover, put yourself in a state of isolation, and really ask your deeper, highest self, for that knowledge, for that truth. Queen of Swords, you're going to get that mental clarity, right? Ace of Swords, Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is very objective. Let's just say that. Very objective, truthful. It's all about the truth with the Queen of Swords. So you are going to find the answers here in the near future, especially if you take that time to rest, recover, and reset yourself. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, new beginnings. New offers are going to be presented to you. Now it's up to you what you want to do with it, right? Make sure you don't let this go by the wayside. Make sure you do something with this. This is actually really powerful message for you about new beginnings with the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. Knight of Cups. So remember how I said to you earlier how many of you are only moving towards the direction of the things that bring you happiness, joy, love, peace, right? Whatever it is that brings you emotional fulfillment, that's the direction you want to go towards. And that's great. That's a great start when it comes to creating and co-creating with the universe. Yeah, beautiful. I really like that card for you. Eight of Pentacles, that's your card, Virgo. You're here and you're here as well. Eight of Pentacles, some of you are working towards mastering a skill. Knight of Swords, be careful with your words. Make sure you are thinking before speaking, right? Because you've got the Queen of Swords here who's very cutthroat, and her words sting a little bit. So same thing with the Knight of Swords. Make sure that because he's the truth seeker, and so make sure that you are thinking before you speak so that you don't create negativity and conflict in your life. Also think before you act. Don't be too hasty. All right, let's pull a couple more cards here, see if you've got any other messages. All right, here we go. We've got slow it down. Yeah, so slow it down, of course, with the Knight of Swords here. Oh, look, Seven of Cups. You can't make a decision. So Knight of Swords, yeah, he tends to rush things. He's just fast thinking, fast moving. Slow it down a little bit. Same thing with the Chariot. He's ready to go. He's ready to make a move. Make sure you think things through. All right, go for it. Yeah, don't hesitate. Go for it. Don't feel as though you are trapped. You are in your head too much, and you feel as though you are truly trapped when you're not. All right. Face your fears. Yeah, so what is it that you are afraid of? Is it fear of failure? Is it fear of success? What is it, right? So face your fears so that you can move forward and receive all the blessings that the universe has for you. All right? Thank you so much for being here today, Virgo. Have a great day. I hope that you all have a great day. And if no one has told you today, I love you. I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.